seated. Celeste.
Thank you, Your Honor. We are present, State of Ohio versus Benny Payne on case number 25 CR 4038. Defendant is in court represented by counsel William Watson. We were last here on June 11th where the defendant withdrew his previously entered plea of not guilty and pled guilty to count 2, trafficking and fentanyl-related compound of felony of the 3rd degree, and count 3, trafficking and fentanyl-related compound of felony of the 3rd degree as well. The court referred the defendant for a pre-sentence report and drug and alcohol evaluation. Those reports have been completed, and I believe we are prepared to proceed with sentencing.
Mr. Watson.
Thank you, Your Honor. May it please the court. I know we had some discussion just a moment ago in chambers. I'll be brief. Mr. Payne is still a young man, still has, in my opinion, a bright future ahead of him. He unfortunately made the choice to get involved with selling drugs, and specifically fentanyl, and I know that that particular drug is causing a lot of issues, a lot of deaths. Mr. Payne, I believe, in my discussions with him, is very sincere when he tells me that he's sorry for what he did, that this is not who he wants to be, and he is employed, Your Honor. He's been employed at a restoration company working on houses throughout this year. Ever since this case was picked up, he did bond out. He's been here for every court appearance. He has regularly kept in contact with me. We've even had office meetings. He has told me that he hopes the court will consider a community control sanction. He does not have a prior felony record, even though this is, and I'm not trying to undermine this, this is a very serious first offense. But I do believe he's a good candidate for community control in that he doesn't have a prior record, in that he's taken full responsibility for his actions here, and that he does have employment, he does have a way of taking care of himself, and I'm hoping the court will take these factors into consideration, give him an opportunity to show the court that he can do what needs to be done, that he can be a good citizen, and I'm hoping the court will take that into consideration. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Payne, what do you want to tell me before I impose sentence?
Your Honor, I just wanted to let you know that I just got in some ways with some bad people around a tough time where I needed money, and I did probably the biggest mistake of my life, and I'm sorry for it. And I'm trying to do everything to become a regular citizen, not doing anything to break the law. I just want to take care of my kids and be better. That's it, John.
What do you mean bad people?
People that influence me to do stuff that I shouldn't.
How did this CI know to contact you to buy fentanyl and xylazine?
I think he got me through like a friend or something.
You sold 5 different times to this CI, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think 3 times
Yes.
was about 1/8 of an ounce and twice was a 1/2 an ounce, right?
Yes, I think yes, I think that's true.
How did you know how much to charge for this stuff?
Someone told me.
Are you representing to me that this is the only 5 times that you sold drugs?
Yes.
Okay, I don't believe that. I don't believe that a CI working for the narcotics agency who's in trouble himself, it's the only reason he's working is because he's in trouble.
Yes.
And the way he gets out of trouble is to try to get somebody else hooked and he decided to hook you. How did he contact you?
It was through a friend of his and a friend of mine.
What friend of yours?
He goes by Dan, I think.
You don't know?
Yeah, that's the name he gave me.
Dan?
Yeah,
Who's Dan, the CI or your friend?
my friend.
Okay. You think he goes by Dan?
No, I know that's the name he gave me. I don't know his real name.
So he's not your friend, he's just a guy.
I mean, he's my
If he was your friend, you'd know his name, right?
Yeah, he's not. Well, he's not like a friend I grew up with.
Right. Okay, so before December 11th, or in advance of December 11th, when had you been in contact with Dan?
Very now and then.
Okay.
I've been known, I think, for.
Okay, so how did this contact between, so tell me exactly how you got in contact with this CI.
Dan asked me if I could get the drug.
Okay. Why would Dan ask you to get the drug? That tells me that before what you claim is the first time you sold on December 11th, that people knew that you knew where to get fentanyl and xylazine, right?
Well, no, to be honest with you, I sold Dan some marijuana.
Okay, didn't you just tell me you didn't sell any drugs except these 5 times?
I thought you were talking about like fentanyl.
See, marijuana's a drug too.
Sorry.
So here's how we got to do this, Mr. Watson, okay? Since Mr. Payne first opened his mouth standing there, okay, he's been lying to me, okay? And it's not real hard for me to determine that he's lying to me, okay? So I'm going to give you 5 minutes to talk to Mr. Payne, and Mr. Payne can do one of 2 things when I come back in here, okay? He can continue to lie to me and give me this horseshit story that he's been feeding me so far, or he can tell me the truth. That's up to him.
Understood, Your Honor.
Seated. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
So I sold marijuana and sometimes like prescription pills if I can get my hands on them. So that's what made him ask me.
Okay. How long had you been doing that?
For probably about a year.
Okay. Why were you doing that?
I had lost my job. I was in a tight spot. I was around people that was into that lifestyle.
You had lost your job where?
At that time, I think I was working at Rick Rama, I think.
What?
I think at that time I was working at Rick Rama when I lost my job.
Well, you got Ritorama listed from 2015 to 2018.
Okay, so it was car crazy. Sorry about that.
Okay, so why didn't you just get another job?
I was trying and I think because at the time I was smoking marijuana, I couldn't pass a drug test.
Well, why didn't you stop smoking marijuana?
I tried, I was just stressing and couldn't get a hold of myself.
What's xylazine?
I don't know what xylazine is.
Well, you were selling it. You don't know what it is?
Well, when I got it, it was like already together.
How did you know, in what form did you sell this stuff to the CI?
I don't think it was like, kind of like rock pottery form.
Okay. And where'd that come from?
A friend.
Dan?
No, not Dan.
Who?
My friend Mike.
Mike.
Yeah.
The amazing thing about the drug trade, nobody's got a last name. Doesn't exist. Everybody goes by one name. What? What do you mean you got taken advantage of by the person working with the narcs?
Well,
Because it seems to me that you were taking advantage of the person you believed to be a drug addict that needed fentanyl and xylazine. Seems like the opposite of what you think. So why do you think you were getting taken advantage of?
I don't think I was getting taken advantage of.
That's what you told Ms. Warren when she interviewed you.
I mean, I was trying to help him, but I mean,
No, you were trying to make money. And,
right, but
and you saw somebody you could make money off.
yeah, he was a friend, and
He wasn't a friend. He wasn't a friend. You never met the guy, right? Okay, so he wasn't a friend. Dan was your friend.
yeah,
Last name unknown. Dan was your friend.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And you were trying to help Dan by selling fentanyl and xylazine to a drug addict. Now, what effect, in your experience, does fentanyl have on a lot of people?
bad effects
Like what?
like death, overdose.
Right. It stops their breathing and they die. So you were willing to peddle this shit to somebody knowing that it could kill them. Right? Right?
Yes, yes.
There's a trial going on downstairs right now in this building where a guy sold drug to somebody, he ended up dead, and now he's being on trial for involuntary manslaughter. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Did you know that's a possibility?
Yeah,
But you did it anyway.
yes, Your Honor.
So you don't really care about what happens once you get it and you get your money, right?
No, at that time period, I didn't.
Well, what's the difference between that time period 8 months ago, 7 months ago, and now? What's the difference?
I think I understand my mistakes and the wrong I was doing out here.
What's the mistake? Explain to me what mistake you understand this to be.
Selling fentanyl.
Why is that a mistake? Well, because you got caught?
Yes, but now I understand the severity of it.
What's the severity of it? The fact that you could do 72 months in prison, is that the severity of it?
Yeah, jail time. hurting people.
And what?
Hurting people.
Well, you knew that hurting people was a distinct possibility when you were doing this, right? Because fentanyl's been killing people for over 10 years around here, hasn't it?
Yes.
So your main focus seems to be that since you got caught and you face pretty severe consequences, that's motivating you to change. Is that accurate or inaccurate?
Yes.
What do you do at work?
Restoration.
What is that? What is it? Tell me what you do.
Like putting flooring down and drywall and stuff.
Who do you work for?
My friend Anton.
How do you get paid?
Go check.
Huh?
Check
How often do you get paid?
every 2 weeks.
How long have you been working there?
Now I think it's been 3 or 4 months, I think.
Okay. Where do you live?
Greenville, Cleveland, Ohio.
Who do you live with?
My girlfriend and my 2 daughters.
How old are your daughters?
One is 7 and the other one is 3.
3?
Yes.
What grade is the 7-year-old going into?
She's going in 3rd.
Where? What school?
St. Aloysius, Cleveland, Ohio.
Does she know where you are today?
Does she know where I'm at right now?
Uh-huh.
No.
Why not?
I didn't want to tell her.
Where is what street is St. Aloysius on?
St. Clair.
St. Clair and where?
Like I think it's 118th, I think.
Any drugs in that neighborhood?
Yeah.
What would you think if Dan was running around that neighborhood peddling pills
Mm-hmm.
to St. Aloysius students?
I would be angry, sir,
Why?
because he could potentially give it to my daughters.
Okay. So he's making money, so what's the big deal?
It can harm them.
Huh?
It can harm them.
Right. How is that any different than what you were doing?
It's not.
Why do you do something that you know full well could lock you up in prison for a long time? Why do you do that?
It was for the money.
For the money. And you worked at that Ritterama from 15 to 18. You worked at the car joint for how long?
I think it was 2 or 3 years. Or
Why'd you leave there?
it was my attendance.
What was the problem with your attendance?
I kept being late.
Why?
Trying to get my kids to school and not being well prepared every morning.
Why? Why were you not well prepared?
Staying up late.
Doing what?
Just being up. I'm just a late being up kind of guy.
Okay. And it was causing you to be late, but you still were doing it.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
Why are you sending your daughter to St. Aloysius?
It's a Catholic school.
So why there?
Well, when she went to preschool, she was going to the preschool that was connected to the school, and we just kept her there.
What does it cost to send her there?
Well, we get a voucher.
Okay. Is it a good school?
Yeah, I like it
Why do you want her to go to a good school?
because I want her to be great.
Huh?
Because I want her to be great.
You want her to be great.
Yes.
Okay. Who's the most important person in a 7-year-old's life? Who are the most important people in a 7-year-old's life?
Her parents.
Okay. Am I to presume by your answers you don't want your 7-year-old daughter in 15 years to be a drug dealer?
No, I don't want her to be a drug dealer.
Why not? She could make money at it, why not?
Because I want her doing something that's not going to land her here.
Where do you think your what does your girlfriend do?
She's in the medical field.
Doing what?
Right now she's an SDNA, and she just graduated to be an LPN.
Okay. Where do you think your 7-year-old and your 3-year-old, how do you think they're going to develop a good work ethic when they grow up?
By watching us.
Do you care if she goes to school late?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because I don't want her attendance to be bad.
Okay. Then why don't you care to get to work on time?
I do. It's just I was just being I was just being wrong,
You were being
irresponsible.
right?
Yes.
Okay. When did you get fired from Car Crazy?
I think it was like the end of 2023.
And you didn't start working for NEO Property Preservation until April of '25, right?
Yeah.
So why weren't you working between that?
I couldn't stop smoking, and when I was taking my drug tests for the jobs, I wasn't passing them.
Well, if you couldn't pass them, which prevented you from working, why didn't you stop smoking pot?
I think I was addicted. So
Okay, so what did you do to beat the addiction?
I had started smoking vapes for a while, and like miles, like, kind of like cigarettes.
So you started doing that?
Yeah.
And what was in the cylinder?
Tobacco.
So when's the last time you smoked pot?
It's been a long time. It's been, I want to say like 3 months.
Why, and how is it you were able to just stop smoking it?
I started smoking miles of vapes. I never used to smoke those before.
Okay. How many hours a week do you work?
40.
Is it okay with you if your daughter started smoking pot?
No,
Why not?
because
I mean, it's legal, what the hell?
yeah, but I would rather her not do anything.
Why?
Just so she can keep a clear mind and focus on the things she needs to do.
Okay. So why do you not apply the same rules to yourself as your kids?
want them to be better than me.
If you want them to be better than you, why do you give them the example of smoking pot and selling drugs? You're the one that told me they emulate their parents. They get their work ethic from their parents. Why are you showing them the exact opposite of what you tell me you want to show them?
Being irresponsible.
Okay. When are you going to stop being irresponsible?
No.
No. When you're done working, what hours do you usually work?
Like 10 to 6.
Okay. When you get off of work at 6, what do you do?
Go home and be with my kids.
Do you work on the weekends?
Not often, sometimes.
What do you do on the weekends when you're not working?
Normally in the house now, or I take my kids somewhere, have fun. I like doing activities with them when I have free time.
How have you avoided being in trouble before now?
Because I never like sold a lot of stuff. It was just like little stuff here and there.
Where does your dad live?
Euclid,
Who's he live with?
my mom.
What does your dad do?
He's a supervisor of a plant
Where?
in Solon.
How long has he been doing that?
I think it's been almost a year now.
What did he do before that?
He was a supervisor at a plant in South Carolina.
Is your mom working?
No.
Huh?
No.
When was she last working?
I think she worked at the same plant in South Carolina about 2 years ago.
When did they move here?
Has it been a year ago?
How long were they in South Carolina?
I think for about 5 or 6 years.
What do your sisters do?
I don't know where they were, to be honest with you, sir.
Where do they live?
One lives in Euclid, one lives in Cleveland. No, she lives in actually Shaker.
And to your knowledge, your parents didn't use drugs?
Yeah, not that I know of that.
Huh?
When I was younger, I remember they did used to smoke weed.
And what about your sisters?
I believe, yeah, both of my sisters smoke weed.
Either of them been in trouble?
No.
What is it you want?
Probation
For what?
for the felonies.
I know, for what? To do what?
To change my life.
Okay. Am
To
I,
show my kids that I could be.
is there somebody that's stopping you from changing your life?
Myself.
Right. Anything else you want to say?
Just that I'm sorry for my actions, and I hope I could show you that I could change my life and be an upstanding citizen.
Well, you're concentrating on the wrong thing. Why are you worried about showing me anything?
You're right. Well, show my kids and my family.
Have a seat, Ms. Alessi.
Thank you, Your Honor. The defendant in this case sold drugs to people that could kill them. And at least at the time he was committing that offense, and even up until today, he didn't appear to understand or care about the seriousness of his actions. And I'll add that the CI in this case indicated that when they went to notified narcotics of a person who they could buy drugs from, they referred to the defendant as Ron, and so they had bought fentanyl off Ron several times in the past, and they typically meet at the parking lot of the Texas Roadhouse, which is where these transactions took place. And so, given the seriousness of the defendant's conduct, there needs to be consequences. And so the state is recommending a period of local incarceration followed by the Decision Points program. As of today, he has credit for 2 days. Thank you.
When you, before you came here today, did you talk to any of your first name friends about what was going to happen here or what you expected was going to happen here?
No.
Nobody?
No.
Weren't you kind of curious about what to expect?
I haven't been dealing with them.
Huh?
I haven't been dealing with them.
Why were you so insistent on being dishonest with me when I first came out here?
Trying to tell you what you wanted to hear.
Well, how we've met exactly 3 times now. Today's the 3rd time, right? Your pre-trial.
Well, what I thought you wanted to hear.
Huh?
What I thought you wanted to
Right.
hear.
You have no idea what I want to hear.
Yeah, I have no idea what you want
Right.
to hear.
What is it you think I want to hear?
The
Did you
truth.
think I wanted to hear that you only did this 5 times because you were short on money and you're never going to do it again? Is that what you thought I wanted to hear?
Yeah.
And I would just sit up here like a lemming and just accept everything you say and say, okay, is that what you thought? Well, I mean, why did you think? I mean, did you assess me last time you were here and think that I'm a stupid, gullible person?
No. I never talked to you, so I couldn't assess it.
Well, you talked to me when you pled, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So what would make you want to come in here and tell me what you thought you wanted me to hear when you had no idea what I wanted to hear?
I thought that would help my situation.
Okay. Now, if you're on probation, you're going to meet with a probation officer periodically, and you're going to be asked questions. So am I to assume that you're going to tell that probation officer what they think you want to hear, what you think they want to hear?
No, I'm going to tell them the truth.
Okay. So you're having a sudden conversion about that now? That you're just going to start being honest with people?
No, I'm not having a conversion. It's just kind of nervous. I've never been in court or nothing.
Nervous about what?
In court, I've never done this before. It's my first time.
Well, you've never been to court before.
Yeah.
You never got nabbed up before, right?
Yeah, I've never
Okay.
trouble before.
And how much prison time are you facing?
72 months, I think.
Yeah. 6 years, right?
Uh,
Okay. So right now I could send you to prison for 6 years, and when you get out, your daughter will be 13 and your other one will be 9. So did you make the assessment when you were selling drugs that was a good bet? That you would take that risk?
no.
Because that's what you've done. That tells me that you've spent most of your 31 years being a self-consumed, selfish person who cares only about yourself. That's what that tells me. Am I wrong or am I right?
No, I'm not self-consumed. I'm not selfish. I help a lot of people. I look up for my family.
How would it help a lot? How would it help your daughters if you were gone for 6 years?
It wouldn't help them at all.
Important early year development.
It wouldn't help them at all.
But you were doing this shit anyway.
Yeah.
All right, I reviewed the pre-sentence report and the drug and alcohol evaluation. I've listened to Mr. Payne, listened to counsel. I considered all the provisions in 29, 29, 11, 12, and 13. I place you on community control for 5 years. You're going to serve 60 days in the Lake County Jail with credit for 2. Besides those 2 days, you ever been in jail before?
No.
Are you a little disturbed that you're going to jail for 58 more days?
Yes.
Would you be more disturbed if you were going to prison for the next 6 years?
Yes.
The last 30 days of this sentence, you're going to be in the jail treatment program and complete it and follow all the recommendations. You're going to have no drugs or alcohol, and you'll be screened. You're going to maintain full employment. You're going to obtain a mental health evaluation and follow the recommendations. And you're going to pay the cost and supervision, and you're going to complete the decision points program. You're going to pay the cost and supervision fees. Anything else, Ms. Warren?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
You understand all the terms? Huh?
Yes.
Do you have any question about the terms?
No.
Okay. So if you violate the terms, the state will file a motion to terminate your community control, and if I find you violated, then I'm going to presume that you have no interest in this probation stuff, and I'll send you to prison for 72 months. You understand that?
Yes.
So you may be greatly disturbed by the fact that you're going to spend the next 58 days in jail, and you can either make those productive days to use as motivation for the remaining 5 years, or you can grouse about it, be pissed off about it, and do exactly what you did when you get out. It's up to you. Nobody's forcing you to sell drugs. Nobody's forcing you to use drugs. You've decided that's what you want to do, and you're either going to decide that's what you want to continue to do, or you're going to continue, or you're going to try to change that and be who you're supposed to be to your 7-year-old and your 3-year-old, and yourself. The remaining counts are dismissed.
Your Honor, I believe there is a mandatory fine here, but defense did file an affidavit of indigency.
Okay, how much is the mandatory?
It's typically 50% of the maximum fine.
Let's give that statutory mandatory fine so we can waive it.
Thank you.
Okay.
I will-
However much the minimum is on each count,
Thank you.
and they're waived pursuant to the affidavit of indigency. Anything else, Mr. Watson?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Payne, you decide from now on how you want to live.